This video is technically a part 2 of my previous video on infra. If you haven't seen that, this won't make much sense, so I'd recommend watching that before this. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Open Sewer is the second game by Loist Interactive. It's set in the same fictional city of Stalburg, this time taking place in the Open Sewer district, nicknamed Open Sewer. This is due to its general rundown state, as well as a leak in a mining slag, which caused water contamination. It has a high crime rate compared to the rest of the city, and has effectively been quarantined off. Residents of Open Sewer even use their own Open Sewer coins as currency. Outside of Open Sewer, these coins are almost worthless. The city has been dumping its undesirables into the district, a lot of times against their will. Most people living in Open Sewer have contracted SMV, which, if you remember, can cause hallucinations, violent behavior, and death. So it's no wonder why Open Sewer is in such shambles. A brief overview of Open Sewer's history goes like this. Originally, Open Sewer was a small mining town. When the mines closed down, the town experienced some depopulation, with most residents moving to Stalburg. During the 70s, the Walter Corporation began construction and housing projects in Open Sewer. However, it appears the work quality was poor, which led to some small-scale political corruption and cover-ups. In 1888, Osmo Saarinen created Osmo Olut, the brewing company present in both games, contributing to Stalburg and Open Sewer's alcohol problem. Your goal in this game is to survive, as well as renovate a small apartment building. Game design-wise, it's much different from Infra, with survival RPG elements and a grindy progression system for the upgradable apartments, which I actually quite enjoyed. Okay, so with the basics out of the way, let's get into some of the new information we learned about the world of Stalburg. Turnip Hill is a community of homeless people in southwest Open Sewer. It was built by the Walter Corporation, and of course has a vast underground array of tunnels beneath it. The homeless people living there use these tunnels to smuggle contraband into Open Sewer. However, the tunnels were originally used by Stalburg nuclear weapons, most likely to steal nuclear material from the Black Rock nuclear power plant. In the previous video, I talked a bit about some of the mushrooms you can find in Stalburg, and Open Sewer gives us some more information to work with. We learned there are 3 types of green mushrooms: green, greener, and greenest. Yes, green, greener, and greenest, of which only the latter 2 give you SMV. You can actually find blue mushrooms in this game, which reduce SMV and heal you by 10%, effectively confirming that blue mushrooms indeed have healing properties. The orange mushrooms can also be found in Open Sewer. They damage you quite a bit and increase your depression stat, interestingly. In the previous video, I mentioned that Stalburg Underground has been associated with the disappearances of a lot of people, most of whom were homeless. It seems that a lot of these homeless people, if not all of them, come from Open Sewer. The residents of Open Sewer can't seem to catch a break. It makes you wonder, what could Stalburg Underground be doing with these people? Perhaps they are using the homeless as slaves to operate the machine, or perhaps they are simply killed. Whatever the case, it's a grim fate to live in Open Sewer. Now, a few things I missed in the last video. The Wasteland. The Wasteland is a semi-secret map of, well, a wasteland. To gain access to the map, you have to call the phone number listed on the missing dock posters seen around Stalburg, and then drink the tea on the refurbished dock. It's most likely depicting Stalburg after a nuclear fallout, an attempt to point out what would happen if Stalburg nuclear weapons is left unchecked. At least that's my theory. And according to the wiki, the Wasteland map is important to the ARG. Which brings me to the next topic, the ARG. If you don't know what an ARG is, it stands for Alternate Reality Game. It's basically a complex scavenger hunt / Easter egg, which can often bleed into real life through coordinates, which lead to clues left by the developers. It's complicated. And Infra's ARG is also complicated. I spent a few minutes on the wiki and on the Discord server in an attempt to piece together a full picture of the progress on the ARG, but info is quite scattered and it would take ages to get everything right and put together. But yeah, this exists and there are a decent amount of people trying to figure it out, so pretty cool stuff. Anyways, that's all for this video. I know it was a little bit shorter than the last, but there was a lot less information I needed to convey this time around. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you like video game mysteries and lore exploration type content. See you next time. Peace.